Hello YouTubers, today's video is a sunset cruise around Hess Lake. I know I haven't had too much RV content lately, but we've been pretty much homebodies ever since we got back from Florida in May. We are planning to head down to Kentucky and Tennessee in about a week, but in the meantime I thought maybe a nice sunset tour around the lake might be something kind of peaceful to watch, especially with all the commotion that's going on TV lately. I'll mostly keep the talking down to a minimum and just kind of let you sit back and relax and watch the sunset and the little boat cruise that we're doing around the lake. Hang in there though, because when we leave on the 8th of August to go down to Tennessee, we'll probably be shooting some road trip as well as doing a campground review while we're down there. Right after we get back from Tennessee, a few days later, we're going to be taking another trip out to Grand Haven State Park to stay with some friends. Of course, we'll be taking the camper and we'll be staying at the park on the campground. We'll do another review that we did as well as last year, as we'll also get some good shots of the lake shore, hopefully some nice waves, and also the pier. Also try to get some nice shots of downtown Grand Haven, which is quite a nice tourist spot to go visit. Unfortunately, the musical fountain, that's not going to be working this year because of COVID. Right now it's about 80 degrees outside and the water temperature is actually close to 81. This is mainly because it's so shallow. It heats up rather quickly and it doesn't cool off very fast. It's a great lake for water sports such as swimming and skiing, jet skiing. However, since there's so few weeds, it's not a very good fishing lake. There are some bass, some carp, which is not very desirable, and we've had just recently some sunfish. Our boat's about a 22-foot smoker craft pontoon boat. Picked it up last year at a real good price. Very nice condition, hardly any kind of discoloration, no tears whatsoever on the upholstery. I've done a little bit of work on it, but mostly just some general improvements or upgrades. It's got a 50 horse Mercury 4-stroke engine on the back, so it moves it along fairly well. I can get a top cruising speed of about those 16 miles per hour, but I very seldom get it up that high. Basically just like to cruise around the lake and kind of enjoy the scenery. Usually take a lot of people out, that friends and family, whenever they come up to visit. It typically takes about an hour to go around the lake at a normal cruising speed. However, I'm going to kick up the speed of the boat a little bit, and then with a little editing, we'll cut her down a little shorter than that, so you won't get that much of just sitting there staring at the water the whole time. It won't be quite so boring that way. interesting point on the right, that White House with the Twin Peaks there on the right happens to have a little stream, which is one of our estuaries that feeds the lake, that runs directly underneath the house. You can see it from both sides of the house, whether it's the roadside or the lakeside. Kind of a unique thing, kind of a point of interest that we always show people as we take them on a tour of the lake. This place on the right here, another one with Twin Peaks, only a two-story, is reconstruction that they just tore down the original and they put up this one just this year. It actually is still under construction yet, but people are staying in it. You can see the sun's starting to come down a little bit, or it's getting approaching to the sunset. And this is just as we're starting to approach our swimming hole, or otherwise known as the sandbar. Actually, that feeds into the Brooks Lake next door.
People are on the sandbar. Wow. Wow. There's no boat or nothing. How cool is that? Oh, sister. Hey. Oh, okay. Mommy's got some pants on the picture.
As you can see, it's a very quiet and smooth evening on the lake tonight. People behind us are friends of your cousins. We ran into a kayaker up here a little bit on the lake, and he was paddling the other way, which basically on the lake it's okay. They can paddle any which way they would like. Uh, the general rule is that you drive around the lake, especially motorized, counterclockwise. But anything else like canoes, sailboats, kayaks, they can go any which way. He was evidently unfamiliar with some of the rules of the lake or a new kayaker himself. And so he had a couple of questions and as we passed him, but we had a little fun with him. He was pretty cool. Told him to keep his wake down, which was just a little sarcasm because obviously you don't have a wake with a kayak. He kind of played along and said that he had a hard time getting that slow. I'd say only with a couple of exceptions, 99% of the people that you see on the lake are very friendly and very safety conscious. A lot of fun to be around here. In fact, if you have motor trouble or boat issues, all you have to do is hold up your paddle and somebody will be around.
Is there a certain
If you're, I'm not sure about kayakers. Motors, we got to go around clock this way.
Okay, I just didn't want to make anybody upset.
No,
I don't think anybody cares.
Okay, thank you.
just keep the wake down.
You know what? Yeah, it's hard for me to go that slow, but I'll watch it.
I see a lot of them going in that direction, so
Okay, yeah, probably just close to the edge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Between you and me, you do what you want.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah,
Have fun.
Have a good evening.
yeah.
You too. No, I
And I was just kidding about keeping a wake down.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, here
Take
they,
care.
here they
Yep.
come. So stand in the middle. I'll try and get your picture. What? Fall? You so cold. Hey. Oh no.
You can't see it very well, but just up here on the right is where one of the more popular restaurants used to be until a couple of years ago when it caught fire. Since the fire, we've got new owners that's taken over the property. They've removed the restaurant and paved in the parking lot there. And because of COVID, they're not going to be building the restaurant until 2021. In the meantime, they've scheduled food trucks to come in periodically, always on the weekends. They also come in like on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then they'll come back in on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes on Sunday. So it makes it kind of nice for a lot of patrons. They've just put up like about a 30-foot long shed on the right there. And according to the owners, they have some fun things planned in the future. because the sun's getting so low and starting to get closer to dusk, it's harder to see the shore. However, just on the right up here is our public boat launch. Very busy place on weekends. I must add though, it's a real nice launch. It's got a concrete slab and there's plenty of parking for boats and trailers.
They get it all done. And I want to get a shutter for the looking for bugs? Huh? You looking for bugs? What you doing, huh? Hey, Daddy, are you taking me home? Oh. I could do it every night. Well, there's a boat behind you. You see it probably. Oh, they're gonna go behind you. Let's see what they're doing behind you. Hey, Mommy's gonna frame you. Oh. Oh. Such a nice size lake to give you an hour ride like that. If it's a cool down there.
Just as a point of interest, on the right hand side of our dock there, that house, which has been remodeled several times, used to be the old roller rink years ago that had burnt down. There was also a slide that came all the way from the left end of the house all the way down to the water over the seawall, and the foundation is actually where my third post is. That foundation is actually still there, and I sometimes stand on that when I'm putting in my dock, when I was bringing it in a little bit closer to the edge of the property.
Doing okay?
Mm-hmm. Look up. No, don't get up there.
Okay. Don't you fall in. Ooh.
No, I'm not gonna fall in.
Look at that. Here we are. Daddy brought us home already. Oh. Look at all the pontoon boats out there yet. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to come down here tomorrow because there's moisture down in those seats. Oh, Chester.
I hope you found this abbreviated sunset trip around Hess Lake relaxing. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And most of all, thanks for watching.